for joining me. Tonight we are working on thread painting on the Kathy Ross Aurifil Block of the Month. This is February's Block of the Month. Thread painting tonight. So thank you guys for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together, especially after a long week. Happy Friday, everyone. And yeah, we can just chill together and chit-chat and work on a project. So I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way. Tonight, we are continuing the thread painting. Thread painting for the Aurifil February Block of the Month. So the theme of the Aurifil quilt-along is Colors of Italy, and each month gets a new color base based on their color builders, their Aurifil thread color builders series. So there's 3 colors in each one of the thread series, and so each one of these blocks is based on one of those. It is also based on a Italian city and a color. It's an Italian-based company, so Colors of Italy is their theme. This one is red, so all these red colors is what the color theme for this month is, and Pompeii is the city. But we are doing like these bright red poppies. They are by Kathy Ross, and we are thread painting. So we did that for the first time. I did it for the first time last night, and it has been going so well, and I am having so much fun doing it. And so we're going to continue tonight. We're going to do all of the green, and I'm for sure, I'm just going to stay till we finish this tonight, assuming that my sewing machine and technology and all that runs okay. We are going to get all this green leafy stuff in. I already have my dark green thread that we decided last night. I have that on the machine already, so we can just get going. And I think we need to, so we can get done. So it's the green. We're going to paint in a green thread over here, and then we're going to still do those black little nubbins on the top. So that is the deal. I'm going to flip you guys around. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll get going tonight. Oh, Gretchen says that she loves the thread painting, and it's so forgiving that she never should have been intimidated. You know what? That's a little bit of how I'm feeling. I do think that my little bit of time learning some free motion quilting has definitely helped. So if you're having a hard time getting going, just keep at it. It'll come after a little while, I think. It did take me a little while to get going with the free motion quilting, but I think that kind of helped me here. I'm kind of wondering where to start. Gosh, I really don't know where to start. I think let's just go here. We kind of want to trace the outlines again. So I think I want this stem to be in front of the leaf. You know what? I think I'm going to start down here. We'll draw this stem, and let's just kind of trace around things, and maybe I'll add like some shading and stuff as I go. I'm not quite sure what I want to do for this, but I suppose anything in the underneath, like the bottommost parts, like the underneath lines, those could be shaded a little bit darker, so we could do a little bit more there. I think we'll just stay kind of upright today. I'm going to start here. So let's bring that back thread up. So I'm just going in reverse a bit here. Oh, hey, Patricia. Yes, we are doing some thread painting. So this, again, is for the Aurifil Block of the Month this year. This is February's Block of the Month. All right, there we go. I got that thread. So both threads are now on the top. All right, I'm going to just make sure my foot is lowered. Good. And I'm going to just do a couple stitches right in the same spot there, kind of locking it in place. And now I'm going to get them gloves on again. Oh, Robin, yes. I will do that when we're done here. I'll add you to the crafters group. Yes, and if you guys want to share what you're working on, feel free to join the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. All right, so like I said, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do this stem in the front of that leaf, so I'm going to kind of continue this line up to this stem. I think I'm going to go down to here, and then maybe I'm going to start filling that in just a little bit, because I guess I'm just, it was so easy for the petals. I just felt like I could just be really flowy and stuff. Here I feel like I gotta have a little bit more of a plan. Let's just go back up and down. We're thread painting here, so I'm just gonna kind of add more green, I suppose. So let's just go up and down a little bit. Let's just give this whole bit a little bit of texture, some vertical kind of texture, kind of like how a stem, maybe the grain or whatever of the stem would be. All right. Oh, you opened it, or you ordered the open toe foot. It was very, very affordable. You can see better. Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know, like $8 or something. All right, now I'm going to kind of continue this path up to the next stem. And maybe I'll get to show you it. There, so I kind of just did up and down a little bit. I think that's fine. I am getting the feel for this. Oh, look! We're skipping stitches. Oh, man. I wonder if that means we're out of bobbin thread. I had a hunch tonight, like, oh, what if we run out of bobbin thread? And, yep. You guys, lately I feel like I have this sixth sense of when the bobbin is out. And there we go, no more bobbin. So I think, let's see if I just have any other bobbin with a similar thread on for now, just so I don't have to wind it. All right, I do have this gray that I think is 50 weight as well. Let's just stick that on. Telling ya, I had a whole vision of not having enough thread, and there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure this is the Aurifil. This seems a little thick. Yeah, I'm gonna look in that bin again. So here's how I store my different bobbins, and I'm sure it's not the best way of storing it, but it's what we're doing now. I'm just trying to find something that looks more like 50 weight. Okay, so this looks fine. It's white. I was using like a cream. I just want to keep at it, so we're just gonna get this in. Patricia, I mean, like, there should be some sort of warning, right? I mean, I think the new fancy machines, maybe they do give a little bit of a warning when the bobbin's getting low, so you can fix it, but I think it's just kind of funny. I totally had, like, a thought, like, oh, my bobbin. I wonder if that's gonna end today. Here we go, here we are. But all right, luckily I had another bobbin with a decent color thread, so we're just going to continue that. And you know what? I'm kind of upside down here. I think I'm going to just stay that way. It seems like the best position to be in for this stem. All right, so I got to bring that needle or the bottom thread up again. So I'm just going backwards here, and now I'm going to pull on that thread, and it will. There we go. It'll pop up that white thread. I'm just taking my little scissors to snag it. All right, so we should be back in business now. Ah, goodness. Hopefully the tension is fine and everything is good to go yet. Ooh, it's kind of not, doesn't seem like it's sticking underneath there, does it? Oh, I'm just going to go and see what happens. Okay, good. It's working. It was feeling funny. And you know what? I think I'm going to rotate. I feel weird going upside down. There, like I'm like kind of jittering even. All right, while I'm here, I'm gonna get rid of these little bits here, and let's just say right side up and work on it. But I do kind of like this back and forth. It's making the whole stem a little bit darker, but I think that's kind of fine. Maybe we'll go a little darker on the stems and leave the leaves maybe a little bit more open. That could be an idea. So I think I'm going to have this stem come down to here, and then I think I'm going to start the stem for this bud. All right, so I'm going to come down here. Ooh, it's so skinny. So this is taking a little bit of control. All right, so I'm going to go up again. Just kind of filling it in, and you could just do like the bottom part, and you could even switch colors and do a little highlight on or something, but we're just going to do a little up and down vertical stemness. Just filling in this area a little bit more. There. All right, I think that's fine. So now I'm going to come down and do this this other stem. I think I'm going to pretend that there's a stem here in front of this leaf. So I'm just going to kind of come up around and then down on the stem like that. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so let's go around the outside of this bud. Oops, I didn't quite stay on the fabric there. All right, I definitely want to kind of come back and paint that, but I think I'll go all the way down to the base of this stem, and then I'll do the same thing. We'll kind of go up and down the same area. Ooh, I gotta remember to breathe, and move the hands. Stop and then move the hands. There, so I kind of went around that. I'm going to fill it in a little bit more, like how I've been doing the other bits, so I'm just going to kind of go up. Same path again. We can be so sketchy with this, so that's nice. I gotta decide kind of how sketchy I want to be on this bud. Maybe I'll like make the little tips a little greener, kind of like how we did that little ombre effect. Maybe I'll do that here a little bit. So we'll just fill in this area a little bit more. So that's kind of fun. So it's looking like a little darker to lighter. Let's do that on the other side. It's so awkward. Like it is really kind of awkward moving the fabric versus like paper. You just move the pencil or whatever, but it is kind of fun. There, so that's kind of neat. So we got a little darker at the base of this bud, and then it lightens up. I think we'll just keep it like that. I'm going to go down this other way again. Get some more stitching in here. And I think I might go up and down one more time just to get a little bit more of that dark green in there, just so it looks a little bit more similar to the other side. And then we'll try and do one of these leaves. Actually, let's try and do this leaf now. So I'm going to just trace it, and then we will go back in and do the leaf. But I think I do want more lines in this stem, but that'll help me get to the next section, I think. Yeah, it does. It gives it dimension, I think. Ooh, ran off of it again a little bit. Ooh, it's bouncing quite a bit. I wonder if maybe it's not sticking to my stabilizer so well anymore. I didn't think of it till just now. This thread painting probably takes a lot of bobbin thread, I would think. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? It's a lot of little stitching, a lot of moving around. We're covering a lot of surface area. All right, that's kind of cool. Maybe, like I said, maybe we leave the leaves a bit lighter, and we kind of fill in these stems a little bit more. That might be a nice contrast. I do think I want to like get that like middle part in here, so let's try that. And then I think I'll go up and maybe we won't get all the little ones. I was gonna say we could get all the little veins going up to all the little leaves, but maybe just for the sake of keeping it lighter, like less stitching, maybe I just do this. We'll just do this center little line. There, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I think that's enough. As long as I keep filling in this stem to make it a little darker, I think that'll be a nice effect. Yep, I'm gonna do that. So let's just add some more color to this stem so it feels more like the other stems. I want to separate it from that leaf, so especially right here. Let's get it more. There we go. Like now I feel like that's a little bit more in front of it. Oh, it is just like scribbling, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna go up into this one a little bit more too again, kind of connect those. And you know what? I think I should probably get this part of the leaf up here too. So I'm trying to make this leaf look like it's behind the other leaf. But it would still have that little center stem come up, so let's get that. Oh, that's true, Charlotte. You can always add more. It's harder to take away, yeah. So I could always go back into these leaves and adjust them if I don't like them, but I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to come back down here, and then I'm going to get this stem again, and we'll get the leaves coming off of this stem. Ooh, I got all these threads here. I guess I didn't cut those yet. All right, get those out of my way. Ooh, we're getting a little weird, goofy knot here, too. So something caught on something else, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, I think my thread just looped over itself. Hold on. We're going to have to fix this. Where is this coming from? Oh, it's wrapped around. Oh, weird. Okay, we got some weird happening here. I'm going to just snip it. It looks like I just got a whole big tangle here. I think it just kind of captured something that was underneath it a little bit. I'm going to snip all these off. But we can take a look at this so far. We're kind of at a halfway point of the leaves. Yeah, you know what? Let's assess. Let's see how things are going here. And then I think I gotta rethread my needle here. Let's do that quick. Something was being weird. All right. It happens. All right, I just want to peek up at this. Okay, but we can definitely get a look at it, so how it's going. So, okay, so I've definitely filled in the stems quite a bit, so the stems are much darker, but I kind of like it. So I left this leaf pretty open, and I want to try and get that effect with the rest. I kind of like it. It is making the whole thing darker, but that's okay. It's still jumping off the page. It definitely is adding texture, so I am liking it. All right. It might be easier in the hoop. It is popping up a little bit, but again, I think just in the hoop, I didn't want to kind of crush the applique. I was too afraid that the applique would come off of the page, and I'm a little afraid of that yet. I'm actually not having too much trouble. It's just doing some weird catching here. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, it does look like it's actually coming off of the paper too. I could probably give it a good press, but I'm going to just try and push through. So I'm going to just, let's do this stem. Oh, I know, this isn't so much the stem anymore of a flower. So this is all very leafy. Huh. So this is kind of maybe like the start of a stem that branches off into like some leaves. And then by the time it gets up here, it's totally leafy. So I'm thinking maybe this whole thing is a little less dense than here. Or maybe it's dense to about here, and then it starts breaking out into the leaves, and it becomes less dense. Okay, I think that's the plan. I think we do need a little bit of density here, so it doesn't feel so heavy on this side, but Okay, it was good to take a look at this before continuing, I think. So, all right, let's get my needles started again here. I'm going to, like I said, I think I'm going to kind of trace a path here and come back down and then kind of fill it in a little bit here, then come up and do this leaf and then like branch these leaves off a little bit. Or maybe I don't fill it in yet. I do these leaves and then I decide how much I want to fill in. I think that's probably a better way to go about it. All right, plan made. Let's scooch down here again. Okay, sorry guys, just trying to get so you guys can see. And it is helping me right now to be upright versus, you know, keeping on rotating this. I like being able to see the flower upright. Okay, there we go. Get that thread to the front. There we go. Okay, the foot is lowered. That's good. All right, now we should be ready to stitch. All right, let's do it. Get the gloves back on. Yeah, I do have Patricia, I do have a stabilizer on the back of the applique. I just think it's coming off. What I really need to do is probably press it back on, but at this point, I just kind of want to finish. Like, I think we're close. Yeah, I think I'm going to go straight up here as if this leafy bit was in front. And you know what? I think I'm going to go down here right away and do this leaf. So again, I want the leaves a little bit more airy. And you don't have to do that. I'm just totally making creative decisions along the way here. There, here's kind of that middle bit of the leaf. So this leaf is basically done. It's pretty similar to this one. And now what? I think I'm going to go all the way back down. I know I do want to fill in a lot of color here. You know what? And before I get too far, let's snip these little threads. Those got me in trouble last time. Let's get rid of them now. It's hard to see that dark green. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to get that leaf on the other side, I think, and then we'll maybe try and fill in some of this stem. And we still have that leaf up top to do yet, too. So I kind of want this to like feel as it's coming off here. Ooh, I feel like I've got the full concentration mode going tonight. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know. So Saturday is the last day to get the houseplants embroidery of the month. So Sunday is March already. Crazy. But yes, it is March already. All right, how do I get that little bit in, I wonder. I think let's just extend this down. And now we're going to do the center area. Coming back around. So we will get a new embroidery of the month on Sunday. So I'll send a reminder out for sure tomorrow. All right, I'm filling the stem in a little bit more, but now I'm going to kind of back off of it and then just kind of do these leaves. I think this one turned out really pretty. I kind of like that. I do want to get to the black where we do the little center of the flower. I think I want to go up here, almost as if it's the start of another leaf. So I kind of want to get that middle kind of part going. We'll add more down here. All right, and I think that's where I'm going to stop this bottom part. So it's kind of expanding into a leafier area. And you know what? I think we can just actually jump up here and start right away. We'll just have to stop. I'll have to cut away this little jump, but I think I can just start. I don't have to cut it. There we go. So that's kind of a neat little deal. Could just jump right up. Getting my gloves back on. Oh, you're doing the black now. A little tricky. You're going very slowly. Okay, I'm going to have to take a look at that. Just because you're working in a small area, or like, what are you finding tricky? So I can prepare my brain. So again, this I'm just going to trace and then add that center line, and I don't think I'm going to do anything else. Just like the other leaves, leaving the leaves a little more airy, filling in the stems. I think that was kind of a fun way to do this. Ooh, I didn't kind of catch all that. I'm going to go back up and down. All right, so now I'm going to go up to the center and back. All right, and that is it. Oh, lots of thin lines, and then getting the bumps on the top without tangles. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do that. All right, so now I'm gonna just snip these threads. I'm gonna snip this little top thread that we did that jump with here too, and then I'm gonna flip it around. Oops, I bumped it a little bit. Let's snip all the excess thread off the back as well. And then let's take a peek. Let's see where we are with this. The back's awfully pretty too, so here's the back. You can see just a little bit of that green coming through and a little bit of our pink. I'm definitely liking it. I'm going to maybe put a little bit more in here, but I kind of like that it fades off and goes into this leaf. It's fun. Okay, I'm having just like a really fun time doing this. So the next part that we're going to do, all we really have left is the part that kind of really gets it looking like a poppy. It's that those black little bits there. So like these little stamen and stuff. So I'm going to show you the picture again of Kathy's finished one. So we're kind of just making these little spikes and putting little dots on top. It looks like, but I'm going to show you hers. So it's going to go at these dots here, but look at hers. So this is the image. So what started as green, she really is going in and kind of making all these little eyelashes, I suppose. So she's actually covering up a lot of the green there as well. So okay. All right, so that's kind of our plan. It does make it look like a poppy, that darkness in here. And, if you are nervous about this or nervous about getting the right shape, feel free to draw with like a water-soluble marker a few little lines in there. That seems like a perfectly acceptable move. And just to show you what I mean, if you have one of these water-soluble ink things, just go ahead and be like, okay, I kind of want them to go in this direction. It'll just, and I kind of want them here to, you could just kind of draw a little bit of a guide in I'm going to try and wing it a little bit here. So I have this, it's not quite black. I do have black as well, but this is kind of a really pretty navy. I don't know. You know what? Let's go for the black. Poppies have that really dark black, don't they? So I do have this black in here. Let's use that instead. I'm trying to use up thread, random thread that I have. So let's see how this works. So I have this black. Oh, it looks like I must have used this before. Great. All right, so let's thread the machine, and we will do those little bits up there. You're going up, back, up, and then make a dot, and then back again. Okay, Charlotte, that sounds good. Up, back, and up. That'll give it a good, like, 3-line thickness. And then, sorry, I gotta get a little higher here. Then make the dot and come back. So it'll be like 4 squiggles thick with a little dot. That sounds perfect. And it sounds like it gives us enough time to think about what we're doing too, which is good. This is getting some gook on the needle, so I'll probably change the needle when we're done with this project. This needle's been doing a lot of work. It's been going through all the layers of stabilizer and paper and that Steam-A-Seam too. Okay, I think I need to trim this. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Get a nice fresh edge on there. Oh, worked like a charm. Great. Okay. Let's start with this one, and I think I'm gonna go kind of upright like this. So I'm not completely like rotated correctly, but I think this direction is gonna help me get in these spots. Huh, it kind of did that weird thing where it kind of almost made a knot again. I went down and back up and it like literally like almost created a knot. Weird. Okay, it seems to be fine though. All right, getting that thread from underneath out. There we are. Get that down. Do a couple stitches. Okay, get them gloves back on. Oh, you think it's the glue and the Steam-A-Seam coming off? That makes sense. I think that sounds like exactly what's going on. All right, let's give it a go. All right. Ah. Yeah, and then they each get a little kind of ball on it. All right, yeah, I can see why this isn't the easiest thing. I'd like to trim these. I'm going to go up to the top again here. All right, let's trim off these little bits. Ooh, I got little fuzzles all over me. All right, I'm just going to act like I'm filling this whole thing with these. And sometimes they're down low. And sometimes they're up higher. As long as we're getting some of those little balls looking. I'm kind of jumping from the bottom row to the top row. That's probably a little bit weird, but we're just playing, sketching this in. You know, it's good that this was left to last because I feel like there's the most pressure on this part of it. Yep, little movements. All right, I'm going to continue with this top stuff, and then we'll do like a little bottom row. tell full activate or full concentration mode has been activated for sure. All right, let's do a little bit more in here. Oh, good. Thanks, Patricia. Yeah, I think once we fill in these a little bit, because like these little guys would be coming from all angles. I think, you know, really the trick, you know, the poppies do look like it's this black on the inside, so even if we end up covering all this green, I think that's going to be a good thing. I am just going to kind of fill it in a little bit. How about that? I did put this little line at the bottom. I don't know if that was a great idea. I'm going to just fill it in a little bit more. Put a little ball right there. Kind of a little bit of a mess, but I kind of like it. I think I'm going to just leave it. Let's do the other side. All right, I'm going to snip. Little bit crazy, but I think it's actually kind of pretty. There we go, one versus the other. Oh, you know, it's not that bad. It's adding texture. Again, I mean, I think it does actually look a lot more like a poppy with that black in there. So, all right, I'm good with it. Let's do this side. Bring up that bottom thread again. Come on, there we go. Oh, you love it, Robin. Feels scary doing it, but come on, there we go. Oh, thanks, Patricia. All right, let's do this side. Get my gloves back on. I mean, it does really look like a poppy, doesn't it, with that black in? All right, let's try to do the same thing. So let's add some little balls here and there. Maybe for this one, I'm going to kind of treat it like a section, top and bottom, and work my way from left to right. Like that, I'll go down here a little bit, and kind of do some middling ones. Kind of adding a ball here and there every once in a while. Heading up to the top again. I am just kind of working left to right on this one, so I'm doing this one a little bit differently. I think it might be a little looser feeling. I don't know, we'll see. Oops, that was a big jump. This is fun though still. But yeah, it was. I would definitely recommend doing the other parts first, just to get a feel of the thread painting, and then like, I'm glad I didn't start here because this feels a little bit more difficult. I just feel like my movements are a lot smaller. So compared to like where I just gotta flow around these leaves a little bit. I feel like this is taking me a little bit more more concentration. So I'm going, like I said, left to right, and then once I get all the way over here, I'll kind of take a peek at if I need to fill in the areas anymore. So, I mean, I kind of like how it looks, but I want it to not feel so different than the other one either. So I might go in with a little bit more black. Yeah, I might just actually go kind of do a little zigzag painting just to make the whole thing feel a little bit more black, especially through the base area here. I think right here I need one. All right, and I think I'm gonna just stop there. I don't want to overdo it either. So, all right, you guys, that went really quick tonight still. Oh, yeah, okay, I like it. It's so fun. I think this side looked a little bit more textury. Just kind of going up and down from left to right. All right, let's quickly snip all these threads, and we have time to try and take off some of this back, and we could actually trim this down. So remember, this is supposed to be 12.5 inches. We made it extra big, so I think there might be enough time to do that. Okay, I really like how that guy turned out. So let's just take a closer look. So there are the two. Oh, they look very similar. Oh, okay, good. They're fun. Oh my gosh, this whole thing is so fun. And actually, this again, I think, is the perfect design to practice this painting technique because it is so forgiving. You know, it's a flower. It can be whatever. And it's just really organic and pretty looking. So I'm loving it. I think it just turned out so cool. You know what? So this is that tearaway stabilizer, and really it's almost coming off already. So I'm going to carefully, you do want to be pretty careful with stabilizers, or like these tearaway ones. So even though these are sewn down, and I am going to be careful going around these little spaces, though. I don't want to pull out any of my stitches. All right, let's just get rid of some of that bulk. And it's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to tear away everything on the inside here. We're just going to do our best. And again, I mean, you know, this is going to be within a quilt. I'm probably going to wash it a whole bunch, and this will all soften up and not feel so thick. So I'm not too worried about it, but I am going to get as much as I can off as quickly as I can here. So again, this is the fuse and tear. So it goes on with the iron, comes off by tearing it. So that's what we're doing now. And obviously it did not stay on very well with the iron. It is popping right up. Again, I think it's probably time that I throw some of this stuff away and get it new again. I've had this stuff for, God, probably 8 years, just sitting around. So it's time. Time to get some fresh stuff, some fresh glue on there. All right, again, I am still being careful. I'm not just yanking on this. Spend all that nice time on the front. So, like I said, this is the kind of the first real time I've been doing this thread painting, and one observation is that I'm surprised how quick it went. And I suppose it could go as quick or as slow as you want it to, depending on how detailed you want to get or how dense you want your stitches. But I was not thinking that we would be able to get the entirety of the thread painting done in like 1.5 hours, you know, 1.5 evenings. Because, you know, we're like halfway done when we finish this, so pretty crazy. So I could definitely see wanting to try this some more. It's pretty fun. Yes, it should be this fuse and tear. So this is the Pellon fuse and tear. I'm sure there's something similar to this. All we're really thinking about is how does it go on and how does it come off. And then there's like the thickness of it and stuff. And this is probably a pretty light version of it. But the how it goes on is it goes on with the iron. How it comes off is it tears away. Those are your first two concerns, I think. And then after that, you can ask more questions like, okay, well, how thick do I need it? Like, do I need it super sturdy for a real heavy thing, or do I need it stretchy because it's going to be on a knit fabric or something like that? You know, so the first is how does it go on? How does it come off? And then you can make other decisions after that. At least that's kind of how I like thinking about interfacing and stabilizers. All right, I'm going to try and get a little bit of this in here, but the rest I'm going to just leave. There we go. We'll pull on this. Got it. But there, now this will all feel like fabric again, which is good. Versus stiff paper. I'm going to get the cutting board out, though, and I happen to have a 12.5-inch ruler, which will be perfect. We can get this all nice squared up right away. And we'll have 2 blocks done. January and February will be done, and I have January's block right here, so we can kind of see what they'll look like near each other. All right, there we are. It's all flowy again, except it is really rather stiff on all these parts. I mean, we have all these layers of the fusible, then we have this and all the stitching, so this is going to be hefty. However, I do think it'll probably soften up quite a bit after you wash it and all that, so I wouldn't worry too much about it being thicker. Okay, so I'm just getting my cutting board out here, and let's get the ruler. All right, so I made this on a 13-inch piece, and I'm glad I did because if you look at this, I'm going to get a little higher up. If you look at it, it's not centered all that well. You know, I just kind of placed the leaves and everything where I thought and then fused it down, but it looks like I could get rid of some of this side and some of this side for it to be more centered. So I'm going to just kind of err on the side. I'm going to move this guy. I don't need him here anymore. It's kind of in the way. Okay, so I want to get, since this is a 12-inch ruler, I want to get kind of this guy right in the middle. So I'm kind of estimating, okay, I have the same distance from here. This is the farthest over edge, and this is the farthest over edge. You know, am I getting kind of a similar distance here and there? Now I think I can go up a little bit more, but not too much more because I'm going to be off the fabric here. So I think right there is where it's going to have to be. But I think we look pretty good there. So, all right, I'm going to use this as a cutting glove, and let's get a cutter out. And I think I'll rotate this whole mat to cut. I would definitely use a stabilizer on the back of cotton fabric as well. I know that I'm using some weird fabric, so it was extra good for me to use it. But yes, I would use the stabilizer. It's more so to keep everything in place while you're doing the thread painting. So yeah, I would. I mean, you could try without, but I would think that it's going to get pulled all over the place, even with cotton thread. So I'm slowly kind of trying to rotate my mat here. I'm on my sewing board still, so that's not quite big enough. I don't want to move my my ruler though. So hair off of this side. So I'm basically trying to center it again because I didn't center it on the back block very well, the back fabric very well. All right, but that should be our 12.5 inches. I think. Gosh, I hope this wasn't 11 inch. See, now I'm freaking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 12 and a half. Gosh, I should have looked at that before. And I always get a little scared with the cutting. Or a lot scared. Let's just say what it is. So, all right. There we go. That is our, I'm going to put this back up actually. This is the February block. I want to see what the other block looks like next to it. So it's a little bit better centered. I probably could have shimmied it this way a little bit, yeah, but we have the leaf down there. I think it's looking pretty good. All right, I want to get January's block. And here is January. So if we sewed it right together like that, that's looking pretty cool already, even without a border in the middle. So January and February done. Awesome, you guys. All right, I feel great about both of these blocks. I really do. All right, so I'm gonna flip you around and I'll show you this a little bit more. These are just so pretty together. This the background fabric really is going to pull this whole quilt together, though. I think no matter, you know, these colors will change every single time, but as long as this stays the same, I think it will it'll all come together. All right, hello. So let me hold it up for you guys here so we can check it out. It's always kind of fun to see it next to a person just so you can see like the size and everything. So the leaves I think really do pop because we did leave those lighter and those stems kind of blend in a little bit more. But I don't know, the leaves look cool. I think it's looking fun. And that black really made a difference in the middle, didn't it? I mean, it just changed it into a poppy, didn't it? So I freaking love it. It's so cool, and I definitely want to do more thread painting after this. It is just a lot like free motion quilting. I like the idea that you can really fill in a space if you want, though, as well. So it's been fun. Awesome. So you guys, we gotta wait another weeks to find out what the March block is gonna be. But I'm pretty stoked. This has been a fun quilt-along so far, and I like the size of block. It's bigger than what I'm used to, so that's a neat challenge as well. So awesome, you guys. Again, the house plants is available. The embroidery of the month is available today and tomorrow. Yet after tomorrow, it is leaving the shop, and Sunday there will be a new very cute bundle and embroidery of the month for the beginning of March. So be sure to check that out. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I will see you guys again Monday. Good night.